Welcome to the ITIL 4 Change Enablement Practice Certification Training from One World Training. Change Enablement is one of the 34 ITIL 4 practices. This practice is also part of the bundled certification exam named Plan, Implement, and Control. Such bundled certifications are a collection of 5 practices. So you could obtain this certification on its own, such as Change Enablement Certified, or you could also obtain the Plan, Implement, and Control certification, which is a mix of Change Enablement and 5 other practices as well. We would like to acknowledge Axelos and PeopleCert as we have used their official materials for preparing this training. About One World Training. We are a global training, business simulation, and training company having offices in the USA, the UK, the Netherlands, India, Malaysia, United Arab Emirates, South Africa, and many other countries globally. We provide training in IT, business management, project management, ISO standards, GDPR, and many other subjects. One World Training delivers courses in 5 different ways. Public classroom-based, which is classroom. Online as well, which is virtual. Then we have e-learning, which is self-based learning or self-learning. And then we also have a mix of e-learning along with any instruction or support that you need from us. And last but not the least, at the user location, which is on-site for private and government organizations. We are authorized by leading global professional bodies and endorsed by them. At the bottom of this slide, you can see some of those logos from those bodies, as well as depicting some of the courses that we offer. This is about the exam itself. The exam for Change Enablement Practice lasts 30 minutes. If you're writing the exam in a language different from your spoken language, which will be detected by the system when you begin the exam, you will be obtaining 25% additional time. So then the exam would become 38 minutes and not just 30 minutes. There will be 20 questions. All of them are multiple choice. Each question is worth 1 mark. There is no negative marking. You need to obtain at least 13 to pass the exam, which is 65% score. Even though all of them are multiple choice, we have 3 types of questions. Most questions are the standard multiple choice questions. We also have some questions which will be a negatively worded question. For example, which of the below options is not correct from a certain perspective? Just a few, maybe a couple of them like that. And we'll also have just a very few list questions, which means you will have to select 2 from the 4 given options and select your final answer as a combination of those 2 options. For example, you might have option A, which will be a collection of 2 options, option B, collection of another 2 options, and so on. And you have to pick up one of those 4 options, listing the combination of 2 previously listed options. It's a closed book exam. It is invigilated by a proctor. It is always online. Bloom's taxonomy of learning and testing, which has 6 levels. This exam is based at level 2 and 3. Level 1 is about remembering concepts, recalling from memory, that is. Level 2 is about understanding them further. Level 3 is about application. So in the exam, you will have understanding question and application questions. Some of the other ITIL exams will have the level 4 as well, analysis type of questions also. This gives you a complete view of the ITIL 4 certification scheme as it stands now. We can see here at the bottom, we have ITIL Foundation, which is a prerequisite for all other certifications except the 2 shown at the extreme left, the acquiring and managing cloud services, as well as sustainability in digital and IT. These 2 certifications do not require you to obtain the foundation certificate, but all the others requires. Then we also have within the extension modules, apart from acquiring and managing cloud services and apart from sustainability in digital and IT, we also have 2 additional extension modules, which are the specialist BRM, business relationship management, and we have the specialist IT asset management, ITAM, that is. And then when I move towards the right, we have the ITIL practice manager. Then we have the ITIL managing professional, and we have the ITIL strategic leader. I will begin from the right side. If you want to obtain the strategic leader qualification, you need to write 2 more exams other than the ITIL foundation, and those exams would be Direct Plan and Improve, or DPI, and Digital IT Strategy, which is DITS, Digital and IT Strategy, that is. So once you have those, you will be automatically receiving the strategic leader qualification and certificate. Similarly, in the middle one, we have the managing professional. In order to obtain this one, you need to write more exams. You need to write the Direct Plan and Improve certification exam. You need to also succeed with the Create, Deliver, and Support, CDS, that is. Then we have the High Velocity IT, HVIT, and we have the Drive Stakeholder Value, DSV. So that makes it 4. The DPI at the top here, Direct Plan Improve, and then the CDS, HVIT, DSV, apart from ITIL Foundation, in order to automatically obtain the Managing Professional Qualification Certificate. Then we have the ITIL Practice Manager. If you notice carefully, first of all, you need to obtain the Create, Deliver, and Support at any time apart from Foundation. And then you have several certifications listed here. Right now we see 18 of them. So I'll begin at the top here, Monitor, Support, and Fulfill, which is a separate certificate. But then it also includes these 5 certificates, the Service Desk, and the 4 below that. Then you also have the Plan, Implement, and Control bundle. And then you have the 5 individual ones there, and you have the Collaborate, Assure, and Improve bundle, and then the 5 below them. So there are a total of the 3 sets of 5, and then the 3 more there. So 18 of them. And then you have here the Specialist BRM and the Specialist ITAM, all that. So to obtain the Practice Manager, you need to clear any of these 5 certifications, and plus the Create, Deliver, and Support, and also the ITIL Foundation. So for example, I could do Create, Deliver, and Support, and of course ITIL Foundation. And then I will pick up, let's say, Monitor and Support and Fulfill certificate. And just to clarify, the Monitor, Support, and Fulfill certificate is a collection of 5 practices: the Service Desk, Incident Management, Problem Management, Service Request Management, and Monitoring and Event Management. Or I could also prefer to do the Create, Deliver, and Support apart from ITIL Foundation, and I may do those 5 individual certificates, namely Service Desk, Incident Management, Problem, Service Request, and Monitoring and Event. Which means that the Monitor, Support, and Fulfill, which is a single certificate, can also be obtained by doing the 5 individual certificates. Of course, those 5 individual certificates are smaller programs. In a live session, it'll be a 1-day program. E-learning is a shorter course, whereas you could do the Monitor, Support, and Fulfill as well, which is generally a 3-day classroom program. And then you can write a single exam. And so many options are possible, either as individual certificates or bundles of 5 each. So there are 3 such bundles that you see here. And then each bundle has 5 certificates. So you could do, as long as you do any 5 certificates plus CDS and Foundation, you will have the Practice Manager qualification. And once you are Practice Manager and Managing Professional and Strategic Leader, you automatically obtain the ITIL Master. There is no separate exam or interviews or assignments for the ITIL Master. One last thing, the Digital and IT Strategy certificate, and also at the extreme left here, Sustainability in Digital and IT, both of these are not only obtained using the written exams, but also there are 4 assignments to be submitted as part of your training. So it can be in-class submissions, or it can be e-learning based submissions also. Now you can read these finer points at the bottom. They will clarify what I just explained to you in a very brief but very succinct, clear way, in case I've not been very clear. And also note that you could pick up the BRM and the ITAM as well. And then 3 more from this longer list here to become a Practice Manager, apart from CDS and Foundation, of course. Learning outcomes for this training, there are 7 here. The first one is to understand the key concepts of the practice. Then we look into the 4 dimensions of service management and how they relate to the change enablement practice. So number 2 is how the processes and value stream dimension relates to this practice. And then, so we'll be learning about a couple of processes there and the value stream, how it works in this practice. Number 3 is about the organizations and people dimension, how it relates to this practice, and therefore we'll be focusing more on the roles and competencies needed. Number 4 is about information and technology dimension. There is a lot of information there about automation and tools, and some recommendations for automation as well. And number 5 is about partners and suppliers, how they are utilized in this practice, how they may be utilized, that is. And number 6 is a unique one, which is found in every practice. In fact, every practice certification training will have the same 7 topics as we see here, but it'll be more concerned with that specific practice. Number 6 is about the ITIL capability maturity model. And apart from explaining that model first, this number 6 will also cover how this particular practice of change enablement can be made more and more mature at the 4 levels of maturity. In fact, there are 5 levels in the model, but the level 1 at the bottom is, say, the immature one. And above that, we have level 2, 3, and 4, 5, where the actual maturity begins to occur. 5 being the highest level of maturity. Number 7, the last topic, is to the key recommendations to apply to make this practice successful in your own work environment.